Jim did reach out to me, and he said, "Oh, I don't know, I'm working on this zombie movie, I don't know." In his defacing, deprecating way, and it's like, I want you to play, like, one of the main parts, and maybe you could read it," very nonchalant. I was like, "Duh, yeah, of course I wanna read it, and yes, of course I wanna be in it." Dead Don't Die takes place in Centerville, a small town, a small rural town, with a police department of 3, and, a zombie apocalypse comes to town. Bill's character and Adam's characters are, out there trying to figure stuff out, and, all these, characters that live in this town are, trying to deal with the situation and what's going on, and, fighting for their lives and losing. Basically, it sounds really apocalyptic, but it's a zombie apocalypse. I think what's nice about my character, Mindy, is she is actually really the one character that you see that's really being affected by it, I think, in a not so, like, wink, wink way. She's, like, really in it. And when I first initially sat down with Jim to read through the script, he could tell I was going to start with, like, well, she's not a very strong woman. He's like, "Chloe, there's a lot of really strong women in the movie. You're the trope, you're the scream queen." And so I was like, okay, I can take one for the team. I mean, I think this is one of the most beautiful parts of the country, and I know Jim does too. He has a home up here, and actually a lot of the cast does, and because we're all, like, New Yorkers, so that proximity, lends itself to that. And it's just, I mean, the scope when you look around and the vegetation and everything, it's so beautiful to be here. Bill Murray plays Chief Robertson, and he's about to retire, and he's just this, like, lovable, affable Bill Murray, guy. He just is. He exudes this, and it also has that very sensitive side and that warmth that he does so well, that's also embedded with humor and pathos and so much. He's so, like, multi-layered as an actor. It's so amazing to watch him, that he can have so much going on at one time. Just like, I mean, he's such a star, even just, like, being with him on set. For me, Jim is, like, he's a really seminal part of, like, my, love for film and being exposed to different kind of films. It really opened up a whole, thing for me. And I was in Broken Flowers, and we did a short film together called 10 Minutes Older. And I'm just watching him and his process, and his respect for the actors and the camera. And Fred Elms, our insanely talented DP, and everybody else on the crew, and just, like, how much he loves making movies and how excited he is about the images and performances. And, he just knows what he wants, and he's very funny. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like an all-star, Carol Kane, who I worked with a long time ago, Steve Buscemi, also worked with Iggy Pop, Selena Gomez. I mean, it kind of runs the gamut. Rosie Perez. I mean, it's a pretty cool cast. I'm excited to be a part of it.